Hi, I'm Brooke, and this is Maya. We love hiking, camping, kayaking, and everything outdoors. I recently quit my job on the East Coast in pursuit of exploring some of the most beautiful places in America. Come along on today's adventure, and before you leave, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Hello and welcome back to another video of Unwind Outdoors. Today I'm going to be telling you all about my RAV4. I purchased this about 2 years ago with only 4,000 miles on it. Now I have about 40,000 miles. So I've driven it cross country, I've driven it on adventures, and I'm going to tell you the 5 things I love about this car and the 5 things that I hate about this car. I wanted to do this video because back when I was looking to purchase this, all I could find on this new generation was dealership videos that were trying to sell their car, people that haven't used it as a daily driver. So what I want to do for anybody who's maybe looking into purchasing a new car, purchasing a RAV, is just to give you an overview of what I love about it, what I hate about it, so that you can make an informed decision. So let's get into it. Alright, so number 5 on the list for the things I love about this car is the looks. It looks sleek, it looks modern, and I think this generation of RAV4 is meant to appeal to a younger generation, and that's what I really love about this car. Coming in at number 5 is looks. Number 4 on the list for things I love is the technology this car has. So it has some really cool things. It has adaptive cruise control, so if you don't know what that is, if you're on cruise control and you come up and you can't get over to pass a car that's going slower than you, it will slow down to the speed of the car in front of you until you can get out and pass them. And that is so nice to have on long road trips. You don't have to turn off the cruise control every time you come up to somebody who's going slower when you can't get over. It's so nice to have. The other technology I love that this car has is steer assist. If you're on cruise control, you can turn this on and it'll turn the steering wheel for you and it'll keep you in the lines. Now, it's not perfect, but it is nice to have, again, on those long road trips where maybe you're at hour 4, hour 5 of a drive and you start to get a little sleepy. It is good just to have that peace of mind knowing that it's going to help you keep in those lines. The third piece of technology this car has that I love is blind spot monitoring. So there's a little light on both mirrors that'll tell you if there's somebody on the left of you, somebody on the right, and if they're not lit up, that means it is clear. You're fine to get over into the next lane. It's just, again, a nice peace of mind to have. It's really nice to have that for your blind spot so that it can tell you if there's somebody in that spot that you can't see. Number 3 for things I love about this car is the size of it. It might look small, and it's really nice and maneuverable, easy to get in and out of parking spots and parking lots and things like that. However, it is quite large when it comes to fitting all of my gear inside. And it might not look like it, but this back piece here is actually 6 feet. So I can fit a full-size mattress inside of the back of the car, and I can sleep comfortably with no problem. So I love the size. It's big enough to fit all my gear, yet small enough that it's maneuverable and easy to get in parking spots. Coming in at number 2 on my love list is that this car has all-wheel drive. So we're out on BLM land right now, and the roads we took to get here were pretty sketchy, but this car was able to handle it. We didn't have any problems. This car actually has 6 different modes, and one of them includes rock and dirt. So these dirt roads, it can handle very easily, and it doesn't have any problems. So in number 1, my favorite thing about this car, I can imagine most RAV owners would agree with me, is that this car gets really good gas mileage. So on the highway I get about 35, in the city I get about 30, so that's really good gas mileage when you compare it to other vehicles. Now when I do put the rooftop tent on top and I have the platform inside and all of the gear, I get about 26 to 27, so that takes away a few miles per gallon. But still, for a car that has the capability of camping and having all of the gear in it, 27 miles per gallon is still really good compared to other options. Alright, so now that we've talked about the 5 things I love about this car, let's get into what I hate about this car. So coming in at number 5, even though this car has adaptive cruise control, it has steer assist, it has blind spot monitoring, it doesn't have automatic headlights, and that drives me crazy. The last 2 cars I've had, even a 2007 that I had automatic headlights, so I'm not used to having to manually turn them on and turn them off every single time, and it can just be kind of cumbersome. So definitely a downfall to this car, something to consider if maybe you're looking into purchasing one for yourself. So number 4 on my hate list is the hitch. I got a hitch installed because I sometimes will tow a boat behind, or I put a back rack on for some more storage. But the downside to this is that hitch is now the lowest point of my car. So my ground clearance is a little bit less now, and that hitch will hit before anything else. So it's just, again, a little bit more cumbersome to have this hitch down so low. Alright, so number 3 on my hate list, this might not apply to you, but I use the car for camping and sleeping inside, and those back seats don't fold down completely flat. When you fold them down, they're still at an angle, so I actually built a bed platform so that I could sleep flat inside the car, which I will link the video to that in the description below. If you're interested, I have a whole video on the build out I did inside the car so that I could sleep in it, and I go into detail about where I put all of my camp gear so that I can fit everything in and still sleep inside. Alright, and last but not least, number 2 and number 1 on the hate list, they kind of go together. Number 2 is the towing capacity. With this car being a 4-cylinder, all I can tow is about 1,500 pounds. Now, I've wanted to look into getting some type of camper, but with this car, that's not really plausible, because I want a camper that has a bathroom in it. Any camper you find that has a bathroom inside of it is more than 1,500 pounds. So again, just having 1,500 pounds of towing capacity is a bit of a bummer. I would have liked to see a little bit more. Alright, and last but not least, at number 1, like I said, it kind of goes along with number 2. This car is only a 4-cylinder. So when you're driving up mountains, you can really feel that it does not love to go up mountains. You can feel that lack of power when you're driving up. I took this car up Pikes Peak, which is a famous drive that takes you up to like 13,000 feet, I want to say. And this car was kind of struggling to get up that mountain. It didn't love it. So I would just love a little bit more power. Alright, so overall, I absolutely love this car. I'm very happy with my decision to buy a RAV4. It's gotten me out on my adventures, and that's the main thing, right? So it's taken me all the way from New York to Virginia, and now all the way out west to Idaho, Montana, Utah. And the great thing about this, because I do so much driving, having that gas mileage was really important to me, and which is why I ultimately chose this car. So if you're looking into buying a RAV4, weigh your options. Is the gas mileage more important, or do you want a car that's maybe a little bit more off-road capable? If you prioritize the gas mileage, the RAV might be a great choice for you. If you want something a little more off-road capable, maybe look into a 4Runner instead. That is all for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can see all of the adventures that this RAV4 takes me on. I'll see you in the next one.